can see hi from MD. Thank you. Okay. So the session title for today is AI in workflows, how designers, writers, analysts, and leaders can thrive with excuse me, with AI. Okay, for everyone that is joining, I know that we are familiar with the use of AI. Some of us use ChatGPT, some of us use AI to edit our pictures. And from our day-to-day activity, we are very familiar with the use of AI, but we are going to be learning more on how you can thrive using AI as a leader. But before we go into training proper, I would put us through the vision and mission of the FTL Africa. So in case you are wondering which meeting you have joined, it is FTL Africa, that is Future Tech Leaders. So for you to be here, you are a leader. And the future is now. Don't think the future is very far. So if you say Future Tech Leaders, we are talking about you right now. The future is just here. So don't think it is too far. So I'll put us through the vision of FTL Africa, and then we can kickstart the training. Are we ready? Is my voice not really intriguing enough? Are we ready
Yes, we
to
are.
learn? Ready? Are we ready? Okay, so I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so can I see a response? My screen is up at your end. Everyone joining. Okay, we have about 7 people. Welcome to Future Tech Leaders Africa. If you are just joining us, I'm welcoming you again. My screen should be up. Empowering Africans to lead in technology and innovation. So when we are talking about Africans, you are part of Africa. You are representing Africa, and we need you to take this vision and this mission personal. Don't see it as they are doing it. Like I said, the future is here, the future is now, and we are taking over the technological aspect of everything we are doing. So the first page says FTL Africa, empowering Africans to lead in technology and innovation. So that plan that you have had for a long time, this is a place to best that innovation. Okay, so the next slide, our vision. So the vision of FTL Africa, Future Tech Leaders Africa, is to empower Africans. So we're empowering you. That notion that you have, that impression, that nudge that you have had to be a part of the thriving force of technology. This is a place to empower you, whether in Africa or in diaspora. So you are also welcome if you're an African that is at or that stays in the diaspora. Anywhere that you are in the world, we have a plan for you to lead in technology, in AI, and innovation, to bridge local challenges with global opportunities. There are always opportunities that are global, and maybe you have been thinking, how do you assess this global opportunity? We are giving you a platform to bridge that gap of the local challenges using global opportunities and building a legacy of pride, purpose, and progress. When we say pride, we don't mean that you should be proud, but of course, you should also be proud of your work. Then, purpose and progress. Be progressive in whatever you do. So, we have our cultural pillars. We have those words of affirmation, those things that keep us going. The first one is excellence. So in everything that we do in FTL Africa, we are doing it with utmost excellence. Everything we want you to portray out there should be standard, should be of global standard. We are not just doing a local champion where we are. we are doing it with excellence. Every innovation, every lead, every notion we are doing is with excellence. Then with integrity. Integrity, I want to believe everyone knows the meaning of integrity here. Ethics in all we build. We are faithful to what we do, and also relevance. We are relevant in providing solutions tailored for Africa, and with great discipline, to attain all of this, or to put things out there, to be able to stand out in Africa, you need discipline and also innovation, powering tomorrow with ideas. So those ideas that you have is welcome. Those innovations that you have, this is a platform for you to make use, for you to be seen out there. All right, so we also have our core values. Our core values, the part one, innovation for impact. So when you say that you are innovating, it should be for impact. We should have it at the back of our mind that we are to solve real world problems. We are solving problems. You can say to yourself words of affirmation that I am a problem solver. Like I am saying it to myself. You can put it in the chat box. Let me know you are following. Say to yourself or type it out that I am a problem solver. So you are a solution to the world. Okay. So also integrity and ethics. I am not seeing everything I asked us to write, so please let me know that you are following me. I can call out names at any point, and please just bear with me because I need you to focus. All right, so the next point, we have integrity and ethics. I've said that we are expected to be transparent in all that we do. Transparency is key. Okay. So we also have our core values: continued collaboration and community. Together we can go far. It is not just a one-man business. It is not in FTL Africa, we don't have just one leader. Everybody's idea is welcome to be a part of this fast-growing community. It is a community. It is not just a one-man business. Leadership with purpose. Leadership with purpose. You are here to lead with bold, clear eye and with so much responsibility. See it as a responsibility being committed into your ends, as someone that would take the word, not just Africa alone right now. See yourself as taking the word and doing everything you are doing with great leadership skill and with excellence and great action. Okay, we also have how we work. That's cultural practices. How do we intend to bring all of these things into reality? So global local mindset, thinking globally and acting locally. When we say we're acting locally, that means we are collaborating, we are coming together as Africans. And then, but our mindset is to take over globally. Then hands-on learning, the collaboration, we learn by doing. So everything that we do it together, we learn on the job, and also with great continuity, we can see our work being projected out there. So we have ethical leadership development, building leaders of integrity. You are a leader everywhere that you are. You're expected to stand out as a representative of FTL Africa with great integrity. So when you work, people see how you work with great integrity and they can link it up to FTL Africa. Okay, so the part two of the cultural practices. We have continuous feedback and growth. That means we are always improving. At the course of these events, we would be sharing feedback forms. We want you to contribute on what you have learned, what you want us to improve on, what you want us to do that we have not been doing. Any addition that you have, you're a part of us, and we see you, we see your great work. We want you to actually bear in mind that you are a part of all of this. We see you improving and growing every day. Then milestone celebrations, honoring our progress. accessibility and support, tech and help for all. We have everyone that are here. We are leaders in the tech world. So if you need help for anything, this is a safe place for you to be. So we also have commitments to global Africans. So we have a commitment to global Africa. We are committed to supporting Africans. We are committed to breaking barriers. Those barriers that you have seen in tech, those barriers you have seen while you are trying to do it alone, while innovating your ideas. We are here to support you in breaking those barriers and also to build a strong identity. We are building a strong identity for everyone that is a part of FTL. Okay, so our legacy, we build leaders. I've continuously said that. We inspire generations and we also work with great excellence. That's what we are known for. So welcome on board. Thank you for joining us today. You are a part of this, redefining African leadership in technology. You learn, build, and we lead. You learn, you build, and you lead. You can type in the chat box or you can say to yourself, I learn, I build, and I lead. I know that a lot of us joining this call, we are leaders where we are. So thank you so much for joining in. Okay, we have my thumbs up and the flowers now. At least, Abba now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in today. In a jiffy, we are going to be introducing our speaker for today. Our speaker is on board. He will soon be joining us. I'll soon be handing over the mic to him. But I want us to go out there, repost, reshare, give a nudge to everyone you have invited for this event that we have started, so they will not miss any part of this event. Okay, so I see the number increasing. Well done. You can send a reminder message. You can put a call through so that everyone can join in. You can go on your social media page and also remind everyone that we are live. All right, like I said in the course of this presentation, that we are going to be having a guest speaker. Permit me to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so all right, I can see the number increasing. All right, so I'll be introducing our guest speaker. He will soon be coming on board to equip us on everything we need to know about today's event. Our guest speaker is Mr. Ike Hansen. Is a dynamic and multidisciplinary professional whose work bridged the worlds of data, design, and community transformation. This person is not just a person, the person is very loaded. It's very loaded. He's a powerful blend of data analytics. He's a graphic designer, he's a public health advocate, and he's the co-founder and chief operating officer of Three Eyes Nexus Service. So we are not just bringing anybody. This person is loaded. So go ahead and invite as much or as many people that you have given a nudge before that are presenter is here, our guest speaker is here. He's an expert in data and research analyst, he's a visual communicator, the public health advocate, is involved in AI literacy and digital innovation. He's an organizational strategy and operational director. So join me as we welcome with utmost happiness and with a lot of thumbs up that we can have. Welcome Mr. Ike Hansen. You have the floor, sir. Welcome on board. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you all hear me?
Good evening, sir.
I can hear you from my side. If you can hear him, please respond. Put it in the chat box or a thumbs up would do. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Eki Hansen, and I work with Trice Nessus Services. I'm most honored to be amongst leaders this evening, and I trust we are going to have a wonderful section this evening, which will bring about an impact in our lives and by extension to the society and Africa at large. All right, without further ado, I'm going to be sharing what I have with us this evening. Trying to open up my slides. Okay, please just hold on. Let me just try to put things up together. All right. Please, can you see my screen? Please, can you all see the slides I'm sharing currently?
Yes, I can.
All right, are we good to go?
Very good to go.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, sir. You have the
Hello.
floor.
All
We
right,
can hear you.
all right, it's fine. Thank you. All right. Okay, so this evening, I'm going to be sharing with us, this is section 4 of our teaching series so far. And in this section, I'm going to be anchoring a key section in this series, which is AI in workflows. AI in workflows, how designers, either a graphic artist, UI UX designer, product designer, designers in general, how they can, how designers, writers, analysts, and leaders can thrive with AI. So that is what we are going to be looking at this evening, how designers, writers, analysts, and leaders in general can thrive with AI. There is no gainsaying that AI is here to stay. It has come and it has come to stay. And the only option we have is to catch up with AI. So in this lesson, in this evening section, we're going to be looking at ways we can incorporate AI into our daily lives, into our workspace, in what we do to maximize productivity in the workspace and everything we do in general. All right. So the overview of this teaching is going to be empowering diverse professionals to integrate AI into daily work processes while cultivating leadership skills like innovation, adaptability, and systems thinking. So everybody, irrespective of the field you find yourself, yeah, before we used to say everybody needs technology to thrive in their various fields. Right now, we have enhanced or furthered that statement by saying everybody needs AI. The farmer who is farming in his environment needs AI. There are so many tools, there are so many ways AI can help farming, just in case someone might be there who is thinking AI cannot be incorporated into the farming system. All right. So at the end of this section, there are certain things we ought to understand and learn about AI. One of which is for us to understand how AI enhances workflows in design, in writing, in marketing, analytics, and project management. So at the end of this section, we ought to understand that very much. Okay, another thing again is at the end of this lesson, we're going to be learning how to adopt an AI-assisted work mindset. Adopt an AI-assisted work mindset. Currently, AI can come in very handy in helping us carry out some of our repetitive tasks. And by so doing, it enhances our productivity and then gives us edge in whatever we find ourselves, irrespective of any field. So by listening to each section of this training, we're going to understand those key concepts. All right, so the third objective of this lesson or this section is going to be to gain hands-on exposure to tools that simplify repetitive tasks. So while we are going to explaining how AI can be used to help us in our daily tasks, we are going to be telling us some of the tools that can be used to help these tasks become easy on our part. The fourth one is going to be to explore how leadership and innovation emerge through better system thinking. So leadership skill, there's no gainsaying that leadership skill cannot be undermined in this age, in this time. Everyone at one point or the other needs to have one leadership skill or the other. So by listening to these training sections, we're going to grasp every detail you need to know regarding this area. All right, thank you very much. And I trust as we go on, we're going to follow up and then understand proper what we're trying to see. This lesson is kind of it's two categories. It's going to be a theoretical and a practical section. So I would like us to be actively involved because we are going to be at some point participating in some of the things we are going to be discussing here. All right, before we move on to the next slide, I just want to give us this brief introduction regarding AI. We are standing at a pivotal juncture in the evolution of work where AI, artificial intelligence, is no longer a futuristic concept. Before, when you think of AI, you think of an innovation that is coming up in next maybe 10 years, 5 years, 20 years time to come. But no, AI is here already. So, but AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It is now a present and dynamic force that is reshaping how we create, how we communicate, and make decisions. The integration of AI into everyday workflow is not merely a technical upgrade, but it is a profound cultural and professional shift. Uh, Nobody believed before now that let me just use my own area, for instance. Nobody believed before now that as a graphic artist, if you are trying to design a banner or an ad for maybe a social media post, we can, instead of going to Google to search for the specific image you're looking for, you just give a prompt and then it creates exactly how you want that image. We didn't imagine that kind of thing before now. So AI is here to stay, and it is gradually changing, bringing about a professional shift and thinking the way we do things. All right, from automating repetitive tasks to augmenting complex decisions, AI is fundamentally altering the roles of designers, writers, analysts, and leaders across various industries. So whatever field you find yourself, provided there is a field the AI can cut across those areas effectively, thereby enhancing your workflow in that area. All right, let's go on to the next slide now. There's an icebreaker here, and I would like us now to participate, and I would like to get your views. Now, can you tell me, I'll just maybe one or two persons because of our time. Can anybody tell me what is one of these tasks you repeatedly do in your workplace, or why freelancing? What is this task you must do every day in your workplace, and why maybe freelancing, or why carrying out your daily task? Can anybody share me one of these, one of his or tasks you do repeatedly, all those repeated tasks? I would like us to talk now. I don't know if we are following. Hi, is everyone following me?
Yes, we are.
Okay, yes. So this like a section where I want to hear from you now, so that we can blend and move ahead. So the question here is this now. What's one task you do repeatedly in your workplace? You can't just do without it.
Okay, good evening all. Like
Good
from
evening.
my workplace, I can say one task I repeatedly do every day is like sending email, like in an interval, like every day I must do that. Like at least I can send email to like 10 persons, 20 persons, depending.
On the daily, right? All right.
Yes.
Have you ever thought of using AI to make your work easy?
Yes.
Have you tried using AI to do it?
No. Actually, I've not used AI to do it. I just do it kind of manually.
Manually, right?
Yep.
Okay, just imagine a world where you have an AI schedule those mails for you, and then once the AI does that for you, you have more time to do other things that are important for you. Just imagine how it will be for you. So these are some of the things that AI can do for us. AI can help you with all those repeated tasks, and then it can help you attend to those tasks while you focus on more important issue. For instance, now, as a writer, who posts articles daily, maybe on a blog section. If you have articles that you must post every day, you can employ the use of AI to help you write those articles and then put it in a way you want it to be, while creating more time for yourself. I'm not saying you should give the AI to do everything for you, but there are certain things that instead of it going to do your research on, getting more information online, AI can help you cut down that time and thereby enhancing your productivity. Another thing is this, again, as a data analyst, there are several tasks we have as data analysts. For instance, when you go for a field work and then you collect data, you agree with me as data analyst that before you analyze that data, you must be able to clean that data to remove anomalies and inconsistency and all that. So these are tasks that must be done each time you receive data. So to solve that problem, there are several AI tools that can assist you in doing that. One of the AI tools is Trifactor. They call it Trifactor. Trifactor can help you clean data and help you identify missing or anomalies in your data. Another tool that can help you is Microsoft Power Query. You know, one of the objectives of this section, we talked about like introducing some of these AI tools that can
6 to 7 a.m. That possible?
6 to 7 a.m. Nigerian time. For this
Can we
week,
go
right?
on?
Yes, sir.
6 to 7 a.m.
Can we go on, please?
CMT, and they send me message.
Hello, everyone.
Six-
Can we go on?
6 to 7 a.m.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, please you can go on. If you are talking, please can you mute your mic? Teaching is going on. You can go on, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right. The next section now will lead me into facts about AI. There are several amazing facts about AI, and I will just list them out for the want of time. The first fact about AI I outlined here is AI can create its own language. That is mind-blowing and interesting. I don't know if you can recall some times ago, 6, 7 years ago, Facebook in their Facebook AI Research Lab, they created a chatbot, 2 chatbots that eventually started communicating with themselves in the language they created. And then when Facebook saw what was going on, they quickly shut down that lab. And then they shut down the whole research. Imagine a world where AI eventually takes over the world. Imagine how it's going to look like. You know, we have presidents taking over the world. For instance, the president of Nigeria is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has the ultimate power in this country. He can make decisions. Imagine Tinubu says something, and because AI took over the world, AI counters it and it stands. Just imagine how the world will look like. So that's one amazing fact about AI. AI can create its own language. So humans, developers, designers are in constant consciousness to ensure that these things are avoided. The next fact about AI is AI can diagnose disease more accurately than some doctors. You agree with me that computers are built to be precise. Computers are built to be accurate, precise, and devoid of any form of mistake. So given these functionalities of a computer, AI, which is built on this foundation, helps detect diseases accurately than some doctors. So that is why there is this constant fear that AI will replace so many human jobs. There's this constant fear. And you agree with me that there is this wave of company downsizing globally. For instance, IBM cut down their staff strength by 9,000. I think 9,000 of their staffs were laid off. I saw also someone sharing with me about Microsoft. Over 2,000 staffs were cut off from their team because the jobs they were doing, AI could do it better and then could do it in real time, on time. So there was no point hiring them again. So this is quite an amazing fact. And we should take note of those things so that we know how to align our skills for the future demand. The next one is AI lacks consciousness, but can mimic emotions. AI is AI doesn't have conscience. It doesn't have emotions. For instance, now, if you put an AI to oversee a humanitarian platform where it can offer assistance based on what people suggest to it, it's going to have issues. Because, for instance, if a woman comes to cry with her child that she's in dire need of an assistance, AI might not dictate if that's true. AI might not be able to give her according to what she deserves because it lacks that emotion. So that's an amazing fact, actually. The next fact is this: AI can amplify bias and discrimination. Very true. AI, just as AI is being used to do the good things, AI, if trained, can also be used to perpetrate evil, and it will be very good at that. So the fifth point here is AI is creative in redefining art and authorship. Several paintings which human beings, like the popular Mona Lisa painting, those paintings were done out of creative power, out of time well spent in a secret place, thinking of how to create a masterpiece. But with just a few prompts, we can just generate those paintings. And then those paintings have gone as far as being sold at auction for hundreds of dollars. All right, we are going to another section now where we are going to play a short AI game, and I would like you to provide your answers to this. All right, so here is it now. I have 3 images that are presented before us here. I believe we can all see the images. So I would like you now, we have image 1, we have image 2, we have image 3. I would like you to tell me which of them was generated by AI and which of them was not generated by AI. So please, I would like you to provide me your feedback. You know, I said earlier, our class is a mix of theory and practical. So at some point, you're going to be interacting to ensure we are both on the same page. All right, so please, I would like you now to share with me which image do you think is generated by AI and which image do you think here is not generated by AI. So please, I want your feedback.
Image 3 is generated by AI. Okay. Let me raise my hand.
Okay, image 3, right? Okay, say image. Okay, so I think we are just putting our numbers now. Okay, can we just say, I can see hands being raised up. Okay, just tell us. Number 2, that's MD, right? Okay, Ade Dotun.
Okay. Image 1 is AI. Image
Okay.
3 is AI. Image 2 is not AI.
Okay, that's your own, right? All right, thank you. Let's hear from another person.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
I
you for
would
that.
read from the chat box. Favor said image 1 and 2 are generated by AI. So it means that our own image 3 is the natural image.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Another
that's all we
person,
have in
please.
the chat box.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, someone say image 2 was generated by AI. All right. Okay, that's all right. All right, thank you very much for your. Okay, image 3 is generated by AI. All right, thank you. All right, any other one again before we continue? All right, let's continue. All right, thank you very much for your feedback. Now, it goes to tell us how amazing AI has become. In a very short time, AI is less than 5 years, although AI has been existing. AI has been existing over time, yes. But it went to the public in a just short time. And then it's amazing how AI has transformed. And it's scary if you are not willing to scale up with the speed of AI. It's going to be scary. Our jobs is going to be at stake. Honestly, that's the truth. All right, let's get back to our interaction. Some people say image 1, image 3 is generated by AI, and image 2 is not generated by AI. Now, let me tell us the truth. Image 1 is generated by AI. Image 2 is not generated by AI. Image 3 is generated by AI. But some people could not spell out the difference because of how improved the AI system has become. AI has been improved so much that we can barely tell the difference. I don't know if you follow this guy on Instagram, Tunde Not. He posted a video where snow fell in Enugu State. I don't know if you saw that video. Anybody saw that video? He posted a video where snow fell in Enugu State. At first, I looked at it, I was like, snow in Enugu State. Then I started connecting the dots, and I was able to conclude within myself that, oh, this is generated. And it's interesting. Like, if you don't take your time to observe so many things, you might be easily carried away or deceived. And the truth is this: over time, it will be quite difficult to tell which is AI, which is human. That is how powerful AI is. So I would like us, given the space of AI in this time, in this generation, it is essential as leaders to do what? To catch up with AI. Now, Bill Gates said something and it hit my head. What did he say? He said, know where the world is going and get there. That is the same principle they use in Microsoft. He said, know where the world is going and get there. Now, AI is moving at a rapid speed. You need to catch up with it. If you are going to be African leaders, leaders see far ahead of their followers or who they are leading. For you to see far ahead, you need to be prepared. You need to see where something is going and try to get there before the world. When you get there before the world, you'll be able to spell out, outline principles, procedures, code of conduct of how to control or use such technology. So as AI is evolving, it is essential as young Africans, young Nigerians to do what? To catch up with this AI. It's time for us to work harder. It's time for us to do our research and try to meet up with the speed of this AI, because the competition in the AI system is quite ruthless. That's just the truth. All right, let's proceed to the next one. Now, we are done with the introduction now. Now, looking at part one of this section, which is AI in creative and analytical workflows. AI has been integrated in virtually everything we do. Every work you do, AI can do it, irrespective of whatever job, whatever field. AI can fit into those fields. AI can provide solutions that can help improve the system in those areas. The first one I'm going to be looking at is design workflows. We're going to be looking at UI, UX. You're going to be looking at graphics design, design in general. We're going to be looking at motion graphics. So there are so many ways AI can be incorporated. For instance, now we have Canva AI. Canva AI has an AI feature which is called Smart Resize. Smart Resize helps you reshape a design or resize a design to any specific size you want. Let's say, for instance, you are designing on A4 and your client tells you that design on A4 is going to be used on a YouTube thumbnail, and you agree with me that the size has to change. So with Canva AI, you can have a smart resize, whereby it can help you resize it to that YouTube thumbnail while you maintain your design. Now, this is it. If you're a designer, you agree with me that the design concept for a 10 by 10 feet billboard is different from the design concept for an A5 flyer. The same information, but the concept will be a little different. Now, imagine, instead of you resizing and trying to think of how to replace the object and make it look appealing, an AI tool will just do it for you. That is why if you are in this generation, you are not yet working with AI, you are going to lag behind. In those days, competition was not as ruthless and tough as it is now. So for you to stay in the game, you have to understand what can help you stand out. Competitions are everywhere, even amongst AI tools. There are so many AI tools. In fact, just come up with your own AI tool and create your website. Someone is going to rival it in no short time. That's the funniest part of it. In no short time, someone is going to rival it. So as a graphic artist, you need to understand certain AI tools that can help you do your job faster and make you more productive. I'm going to give us a task this evening. This is the task. whatever field you are, whatever skill you have, whatever area of expertise you have, go back home in your quiet time, think of AI tools that can help you 10x your productivity. There are so many tools, you are not just aware of them. So go back home, list them out. If you can list out about 10, fine. List them out and then see how you can blend with those tools. If you don't work with those tools, you can't match up with the competition in the market. That's just the plain truth. This is not the issue of prayer here or whatever. You just need to understand these things and flow with it. All right, under the design workflows, we have Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly can generate images with prompts. Using a prompt, you can generate images. I'll go back to this former slide. The image 1 and image 3 of this slide was generated with ChatGPT image generator. So using a prompt, I was able to generate those two images and see how it is looking very realistic. So now, why did I generate this image? I was doing a design and I needed this kind of image. I know very much that if I go on Google search and surf the net, I'm not going to find this exact image. But with my knowledge of AI, I was able to increase my productivity and cut down idle time. Very important. Cut down idle time. All right, let's continue. So we have UI feedback loops using AI. We have user for wireframing. Yes, I've used this for a UI task. I just said, let me try it out. And I gave it a prompt to give me a UI for, what was it for? I can't remember the task, the project. But to my amazement, it gave me a wireframe that was really mind-blowing. And this can save your time a lot. So when you have multiple jobs and short time frame, AI can come in very handy for you by helping you increase productivity. Now let's go to the next one. We have writing workflows. AI can come in for you in your writing workflows. One of our participants for this evening section mentioned that he sends mail on a daily basis. Now, let me announce to you, or let me inform you that there are several tools you can use to make your work easy. First of all, Google Mail has enhanced their AI tools to help you schedule mail and help you craft out mail and all that. So you can explore those areas and see how it can improve your work. There are several AI tools that can help you draft writings, any form of writing, content, email, documents, memos, internet memos, like that. So one of it is Notion AI. We have Notion AI. We have ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a common one. I think it's because it's one of the pioneer AI tools, and that is why it's very common. There are several other tools that you can use. So ChatGPT is used for, you can use it to draft mail. You can use it to create, compose an email, several stuff with it. We have Grammarly AI, tone optimization, clarity improvement. If you are a writer here, I will advise you to get Grammarly as a software. Install it on your system, incorporate it into your Microsoft Word. That tool is very amazing. And if possible, try to get the premium version. The premium version, in fact, it helps 10x your work. Instead of you doing so much proofreading, it can help you save that time and do it for you. We have Quibbot as another writing tool. Quibbot is so amazing that you can use it to summarize, you can use it to paraphrase, you can use it to humanize content. Yes, sometimes you write an article and then it sounds too AI. It sounds like it's written purely with machine. Flipboard has a function that can allow you to humanize those contents and make it appear in a human written way. All right, the next one is consensus. Are you a researcher here? Consensus is a very efficient tool. Similar to it is Research Rabbit. In fact, there are so many tools online you can use. Consensus is very handy when it comes to research. It can help you, especially in your literature review. It can help you harmonize your articles, and then based on what your articles, yeah, based on the articles you have and your topic, it can help you draft out a research gap. It can help you map out related contents, thereby cutting down much time you used to comb the internet looking for sources. All right, the next one is market workflow. Copywriting is very common. It's a very common skill in today's world. And then there are several tools that can help you improve in that skill. One of them is Jasper AI, campaign drafting, headline testing. We have Copy AI, Instagram captions and ad variations. Are you here? You struggle with uh, writing posts on you want to post an image or video and you lack the caption to use. AI can help you do that. AI can help you do that. And I would like to say here, while using AI, you need to strike a balance so that you avoid overdependence of AI. At every point you use AI, you must be ready to strike a balance to avoid overdependence on AI. If you are overly dependent on AI, that's what they call that's what they call retrogression. That's what they call there's going to be like a diminishing of your thinking capacity. You won't think as you ought to think again because you feel there's a tool that will help you do that thinking. While AI helps us solve our daily task, it is not should be entirely replaced with what the brain is supposed to do for us. So while you use it to enhance your productivity in the workplace, in your house, wherever you find yourself, let it not take the place of your brain. You must ensure you exercise your thinking capacity. Don't let AI entirely take up that space. All right, let's go to the next section now. We have analytics workflow. All right, this is in the area of data analysis. In today's world, companies fail to make decisions by just concluding or by just looking. They carry or make decisions based on available data. So that's why it's called data-driven decisions. Companies now rely on data to make decisions. If company want to launch a new product, they carry out data analysis. They carry out various forms of data analysis, machine learning, to be able to identify trends, patterns, and then get meaning out of what they're looking for. So those results they get is what form the basis of their decision. And now, for you to be able to uh, uh, analyze data efficiently and easily, there are certain AI tools that are handy for you as data analysts. So sometimes there is this fear that AI is going to take over the jobs of data analysts. The truth is that AI will not take the job of data analysts because someone is going to be the one to clean the data. There's an AI to clean the data. Somebody is going to prompt that. And someone is going to be the one to analyze or make meaning out of the analyzed data. So AI cannot entirely take the place of data analysts. All right. In terms of analytics workflow, we have several AI tools that can help you do your job efficiently. ChatGPT is here again because ChatGPT has been built to do several things and solve several problems. So ChatGPT Code Interpreter can help you analyze and clean up data. When I have some bulky tasks, I make use of ChatGPT to clean my data. It cleans your data. For instance, you input the Excel file, it cleans the Excel file, and then it gives you back to download as Excel file. And truly, when you look at those data, they are cleaned and well arranged without mistake. Mind you, you need to cross-check the data again because GPT will not be held liable if there's any mistake. Because I believe we have seen it that it's written at the footer of the website that ChatGPT can make mistakes. All right, let's proceed. We have Power BI and Copilot. We have Excel AI, formula generation and predictions. Excel AI is so interesting that once you are going through a similar pattern, it can identify that pattern and fill up the space for you. We have cloud analysis, cloud AI. Cloud AI has been very amazing, like very, very amazing. We have Julius AI. I think I used that AI last week. I used it to analyze the data. So Julius AI is very interesting. It can even give you time series analysis. It can give you prediction based on available data. So Julius AI is very interesting. All right, we are done with this first part. I don't know if you have any question, or are we supposed to go for break, or we proceed because of time?
Hi, thank you very much, sir. We're supposed to have a break. Can you just wrap up with that? And also, if you can get a summary or a feedback from one or two people before we come back.
Okay, so let me just wrap up on the first part, right?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we are done with this first section. The next section is going to be leadership in workflow design. And before we go to that side, let me quickly do a rundown of what I've spoken so far. So we looked at introduction to AI and then introduction in this topic, and then we during the introduction we spoke about how AI is here to stay and how AI is used to enhance productivity across industries. So irrespective of the industry you find yourself, AI can be used to solve problem in that your niche. And then we looked at certain facts about AI. We say AI can create its own language. AI can diagnose diseases accurately more than some doctors. AI can amplify biases and discrimination. AI lacks consciousness. And then we went further to look at certain ways AI can be used in AI tools can be used in enhancing our productivity. So one of the ways we looked at was one of the tools we looked at was Canva AI, and then we mentioned some of the things Canva AI can do. It can help us carry out smart resize on our design, image suggestions. I didn't mention that. Magic Write. You can be designing, for instance, and based on your design, AI can suggest which image will best suit that design. That's quite amazing. So you can find that in your Canva. So by having such tools, it enhances your work and it's not limiting your thinking, but it enhances your work and make you more professional. Another one is Adobe Firefly. Using prompts, you can generate whatever image you want, and they are mind-blowing. We have UI feedback loops using AI. You can generate wireframes, even UI designs. I've generated UI designs with AI. So you can even generate UI designs with AI. User workflow and all that, you can do those things with AI. So regarding writing workflows, content development, content writing and emails, document writing and stuff, we can use several AI tools, which we mentioned, Notion AI, we mentioned ChatGPT, and then we mentioned Grammarly AI, and then we mentioned Quiboot. And then I said again, if a researcher consensus is a good tool to use, Research Rabbit is there, and there are several other tools out there. All right, so regarding marketing flow, we spoke about Jasper AI, which can assist in your campaign drafting, headline testing. We have Copy AI, we have MailChimp plus Zapier. And then in the area of analytics, we looked at several AI tools that can help you make your analytical job easy and easygoing in general. And one of the tools we looked at was ChatGPT, and we looked at Power BI, Copilot, talked about Excel AI, and we talked about cloud analysis. All right, I'm going to stop here while we proceed for our short break. Over to you, the anchor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hansen. Can we give him a round of applause, a thumbs up if you enjoyed that session? I have learned so much. I've learned a lot. And I want us to engage ourselves in the comment section. Can you put in the chat box what you have learned in summary? So far, maybe in 2-3 sentences, let me know that we are following. I'm not about to call names, but please be involved. Make sure that you are writing something. All right, in the next 5 to 7 minutes, can we have Mr. Emmanuel Ilesomi, is the IT lead for FTL Africa. Please tell us about the AI Vanguard Quest, which is our next training, which we are going to be learning so much from. Mr. Emmanuel, are you here? Can you hear me, please? Over to you.
We'll be talking shortly on the AI Vanguard Quest, which is we going deeply into what we've been talking about earlier from the first to the fourth session. So we are going deeply into what we are learning about AI and now we can apply it to day-to-day activities, the prerequisite of learning it, the advantages of learning it, the areas we can apply those tools. And if we say Vanguard, I know a lot of people just say the word Vanguard, they don't know the meaning. Vanguard is a group of people, we already call ourselves the future tech leaders. So we are the group of people that we are igniting Africa's AI revolution. That is the meaning of Vanguard in a short summary. And we are going to be equipping ourselves with the leadership skills for global impact. As much as we are responsible for bringing out the innovations of AI, we're also responsible for bringing out the ideology of AI's impact of Africa across the world, because, this is Africa. There's a lot of downside to it, especially when we have diaspora meetings. But still, we are trying to bridge the gap between the diaspora and what the African limit to innovations. And slide, please. We are going to be talking about, as I said, the Vanguard. That is what we are training about, the goals, build AI skills, leadership mindsets across Africa, and global challenges in healthcare, agriculture, education, and beyond. Now, I already summarized this earlier, and I said we are reshaping industries worldwide where African needs skilled leader to drive innovation locally and compete globally. That is to break the embargo placed on the African mentality. So we are creating an awareness. We are creating an opportunity to be ahead of a lot of people, because yes, we are hearing about AI in Africa, but a lot of us are not responsive to it, basically because we don't understand what it is yet. Please, the next slide, please. On the pathway to becoming a leader in AI skills, that is to become a leader, to understand what it means to lead, we have a 3-tier step. Tiers are also like step, a procedure in which we are going to go through over the period of these our meetings and seminars and webinars. And those steps include the first tier, which is an ignition trial, and it's going to last a period of 6 weeks. And these 6 weeks, we want everybody to be hands on deck. We want everybody to be fully attentive, responsive, trying to drive ideas and whatever we have upstairs. We want us to put our mind into it, that we're not just doing it because we are learning it. We're doing it because we want to use it to bring out something out of Africa as a whole, not just for individual purpose. So, and on the Second tier, which is the Pathfinder charge, we are going to be discussing on the tools. You understand the ethical considerations, outcomes, designs, and the workflow. Am I loud or I saw some? Excuse me. So I said tier 2, we're going to be discussing the ethical considerations and the outcomes of design AI integration into workflows, how we can use AI to manage projects and how we can apply it to day-to-day activities. Now, tier 3, which is the Vanguard, which is the apex, as I said, which is what describes us as a leader, is when we can apply these and implement it. And it composes of AI implementation, a policy development, the ecosystem building, which involves what? Bringing up new people also into the limelight of AI and how we can enhance AI in Africa. And also we are going to be leading innovations and what are going to be driving engagements, which is part of what a leader supposed to do. First stage is that we learn, second stage is that we apply, third stage is that we become who we are meant to be in the field of AI innovation. That is one of the past steps that we are towards to AI leadership. From traditional roles to AI leadership, the migration map, which we've been thinking that, yes, okay, this is what we are looking close to. It has become something that is going to bridge traditional roles into AI eccentric roles. That is, this tier 1 is a margin between what we are used to in the field of tech. Maybe you're a developer, you're an analyst, you're a UI UX designer, you're a web writer, whatever. This role, this map is going to show you or link you towards areas in AI in which you can apply this. Now, the adaptation of it is when you evolve your skills. Now, everybody works on developing themselves. That is the goal of being a leader. You can't just be stagnant, and you have to open yourself to opportunities. And these opportunities includes what? AI developer. Now, let's say you're a web developer. Now you're bridging into the world of AI. You're going to become more of an AI developer. It may be a no-code developer, maybe a script writer. You're going to be bridging into the world of what? Using prompts and AI to drive attention or messages across platforms or what? Social medias. Now, we have a strategy across these tiers, and the strategy includes, as I said earlier, we are taking it individually, not just because, oh yes, we want to learn it, but because we want to become a leader. So we're going to be taking these courses personally. We're going to be doing researches, self-sustained researches. We don't need to be prompted to learn this, but we have to do it. And also, we're also going to do what? To be an exemplary part to the upcoming generations. Now, in the upcoming generations that know little or know less about what AI is, we are going to use the starters, the basics of AI, which is into tech, web devs, to push them into what AI as a standard for an African leader means. Next slide, please. So, on this journey, our major focus is what? Machine learning and automation. That is what AI generally is about. Artificial intelligence, automating, making tasks easier and simpler to use, not being stuck with, say, the default for a long period of time, simplifying things in a very easy way. And digital literacy, which involves using AI tools for productivity. I've summarized this earlier. Also, self-leadership. We keep emphasizing on what it means to be a leader. Self-leadership, which entails strategic thinking, ethical decision-making. You understand all this. It's how will I say, it's core points of being a leader. We're not just representing ourselves alone, we're representing the whole of Africa. And Africa is a huge continent. We know that. Now, the outcome of this are that we're applying AI tools, which has been mentioned earlier by two tutors earlier, some of which are ChatGPT, Notion AI, to enhance what? Personal productivity. Now, understanding AI transformative impact across Africa and global industries. It is not just Africa alone. It is global industries. We are representing ourselves, we're representing this brand, we're representing Africa in global industry. Now, why tier 1? Foundational training for beginner is very essential in all aspects. AI or not AI, we need to apply the skills from the onset. If not, we'll start to fumble at the middle or at the at the earlier stages of it. Now, we need these tools to learn what local and international markets. To bridge those gaps, we need to learn the basics of it. Please, the next slide. I hope we are all getting the message I'm trying to pass across. Hello? Can anybody? Yeah, good. I can see some thumbs up, but I need us to try to understand as much as I'm trying to manage my time. Good, that's good. So now, how does this tier 1 work? We are having a 6-week duration in which we are going to be covering, and it's going to be extensive. And in this 6 weeks duration, we want us to be very, very active and serious, and what's proactive, as my mentor used to say. I want us to be what? Proactive. Now, we are going to have classes Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, 3 to 5 hours a week. And in these classes, it's going to be interactive. Trust me, it's going to be interactive, because what's the essence of learning when you do interact? We cannot all know what we are doing yet. That's why we need to learn. We learn to earn to become a leader. Now, in these classes, we're going to be covering the AI concept, the tools, and the basics for leadership. That is for tier 1. Don't forget, in the previous slides, we have 3 tier stages, but we are focusing on tier 1, a step at a time. And the two, and that's the first week, we're going to be basing on capstone projects, that is simple AI apps, the applications, the core concepts of it, what we are going to be typing, what we are going to be programming, what the innovations we have in mind, and the apps we can use for that. Now, for week 1, also, we are going to be doing presentations. That's demo day. That is a day that we just, come together like this, and we give a preview of what we've done in that same week. So it's going to be an interactive class too. We are going to be delivering our work in a very contrast manner using virtual Microsoft Teams, Slack, Google Chats, and all. But we are sticking to this for now. And also, at the end of this week, at the end of your work, at the end of the evaluation, you are going to be given a digital badge upon completion. And that digital badge is supposed to be, it's a proof of effort. It's a proof of significance. It's something that shows that, yes, you've done something, you've gone through something, and it came out as a success. So please, the next slide, please. Now, I want to take us through what I said at the pre-stage, which is the application and the divergence of AI. That is our common life into the world of AI, which is the future, as we already know it. Now, let's say, for instance, I'm a software developer. How can I apply AI into my skill? Yes, I'm a DevOps. I design pages, I design websites. Now, we cannot say we want to go through the strenuous activity of delivering a web page or a website day to day by coding and writing lines of code. It is strenuous. Now, we have concepts of branching into AI development, which is easier and far-fetched. You understand? Now, in AI dev, we can we can craft a web page under minutes. We can model and we can manage that model under few minutes. And now I want us to go to the chat section and check the messages there. We will have some very important messages for you to check in there. Attendance, a query question, registration, and whatever things you need to put in there. Please kindly check the chat box and follow accord to what I'm saying. Also, for a UI, cloud computing, a DevOps, we also can do what? We can also compute cloud AI, configure it. We show that, yes, this is what basically we are doing, and this is what we're branching into. Project management is something that is fathomable and common in Nigerian sectors, and we are going to be learning how we can apply AI in product assistance and feature different ideas in our place of works. Now, we can coordinate a schedule of workflow. Like, for an example, now I can manage a project by scheduling a time prompt for it to deliver a message to my clients at so time, get their response and feedback, and automate the responses at so time. Those are simple and easy basics of how to migrate our normal day-to-day activity into AI automation to make things simpler and easier. Instead of chatting and going through each messages, you can have the AI collate a summary of what we're doing. Please, the next slide. The next slide, please. Hello, can I hear anybody, please? Are we going through? I need response, please. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
We're here.
Okay, that's good. So this second slide is still also a recap on the other slide, and we are talking about how we can bridge day-to-day activities. Now, if you look at these slides, we have what? AI for ML and AI strategies. We have AI for policy and compliance. We have AI for business analysis. We have AI for community management. We have AI for training and education. We have AI for what is executive leadership. Those are one of the things that people feel that there are some things that you cannot just apply AI for. No, there is. And we are going to go through the phases of this. Now, we also have AI for research and policy in Africa, AI for processing engineering, IT support and automation, which is the basics and common of all applicable tools in AI. Now, to match or to become a sustainable leader, to grow and become sustainable, we have to understand that, yes, we will start from the basics, which are the local cases study, which are the basics of what we are going through our day-to-day activities. Nigeria, Africa as a whole, we are more of a productive country and more of a productive continent. And how will I put it? We visualize mostly on agriculture and healthcare, which is a day-to-day thing. And we also visualize on education. And in this AI concept of the tier one, we're going to be looking at how we can integrate AI into crop yield prediction in Nigeria. That is, okay, now let's say we can surmise, we can predict when a crop is going to give an harvest. We can predict when a machinery is going to be the one to harvest a plant or whatever, or we can give data analysis of agricultural produce in stores. Also for healthcare, yes, we already know what is going on. Diagnosis is already becoming so much easier and human errors are getting few. So education, we are learning to bridge education and talk about how we can develop and integrate things in AI. Now, the global relevance of this is that universal AI skill is supposed to be across all. So it is not like one part is left out and the other part is left out. It is going to be across all because we want to integrate it into international markets, e.g., is software development or cybersecurity. Now, we want to make another impact of collaborating. Now, we are moving from the pre-stage to the mid-stage, which is collaboration. Now, in global ecosystem, Africa is not just Africa because we want to learn these tools. We also want to be able to apply them in seminars, webinars, interactive space with diaspora. So that they know, yes, what we are doing here is according to international standards. We are not leaving a part out and we're not picking one in. Now, we are addressing global challenges such as climate change, digital inclusion with African perspective. You understand? We are not speaking it from this aspect of, okay, yes, we want to incorporate the cultures of the white man into ours. We are bringing our own ideas, our own innovations, how we can drive impact to make AI work for us in a global scale. Now, the accessibility tools we can use for this, as I said earlier, includes ChatGPT, Canva, Notion AI, Google Colab, Triton Interface Server, which is used globally and also accessible locally. The impact is that we equip participants to solve African challenges and drive innovation on a global scale. That is the motto for being a leader. We are driving impact on a global scale. Now, what do we learn in tier one? 4 weeks of classes. A summary of it is that we learn the core AI concepts, which is machine language. The core AI concept of AI is machine language and the automation principles. Now, after we learn the basics, for you to communicate with someone, as I said earlier, you have to learn the language. A language barrier or a communication barrier is going to make things difficult on the long run. So we have to learn the language of what we're trying to apply. Now we are going to learn how to apply that language by writing in that language or by speaking in that language, which includes practical tools such as Collabs for coding, Triton interface servers for AI module developments. Now, self-leadership, goal setting, ethical decisions, and making of global context. These are also the part of things you are going to be learning in the tier one stage. In that 4 weeks of classes, which are on weekends, you are going to be learning how African and global case studies of analysis, data analysis, health cases, and how will I put it? Let me just put it in a simple word. A scenario in which we have to present a data for a sudden health challenge or a deficit in something, a deficit in a drug, a deficit in an effect of it. And also, we're also going to be applying it in local e-commerce, bridging the gap between African and diaspora and global supply chain in AI. Also, with one capstone project is that we, the team, everybody present here, we also want you to be present for all meetings and webinars so that we can build together. It is a team project. It's a team project. And we are building simple AI-powered apps using chatbots for healthcare and crop prediction, guided by our mentors. So they are going to be taking us through these steps on the first week. And also, we're also going to present those projects also so that we can receive those certificates, as I said earlier. Please, the next slide, please. Why choose tier one? Open source tools. You can't work without the basic tools to enable your work, which include Google Colabs, Triton inference servers, and dialog flows. Now, dialog flows is more or less like linking two different script, different AIs together to form a very simple and easy path. Now, also TensorFlow for global accessibilities. You understand what I'm trying to say? We want peer mentorship. That's guidance from our tier 2 and tier 3 mentors to build confidence. Because what we're learning here is going to be applicable in all areas of our lives. So we don't want a situation in which when we are presenting or we are showcasing our work, we are feeling timid or we feel because a white man is outsmarting us, we cannot do better. No, we don't want that. We want a peer-to-peer knowledge of what we are doing. And also we want virtual delivery. We want us to be able to, come online, make something out of what we are doing and be able to present and work on it very well. We also are going to be available to digital badges. These are the benefits of the early stage of FTL Africa and AI innovation. Now we're going to be available towards verifiable credentials for employment in African and global markets. You understand what I'm trying to say? We're not just learning this just to learn it. We are going to be awarded something in the end, a test of hard work. And also, we're also going to connect with FTL Global Community for support and collaborations. Because FTL is bigger than just Nigeria, it is Africa, future tech leaders for Africa. So we're going to be meeting with a lot of people in different areas of Africa, and also are going to be communicating with a lot of people around the world just to bring innovations across Africa. Now, from ignition to global leadership, the tier one, which is the building phase, I've included and said this at the early stage, but I'm making a recap, which is the foundation. We are going to be using the basics of what we learn in AI, ChatGPT, Notion AI for African and global roles. Now, the Pathfinder charge, which is the 12th week, we're going to be specializing in the roles, that is AI engineering, prompt engineering, lead AI projects with more advanced tools like Power BI and Zapier. The third, which is the Vanguard Apex, which is the one that involves the team and all. We're going to have a 1-month leadership training for strategic AI roles. That is, okay, we're going to look through this first week. We're going to look at the one that suits us best. That is the tier 1, which is building the foundational AI skills. Now, in tier 3, we're going to be going through those steps for a whole month, at the first month for those strategic roles, and a 2-month job simulation with interdisciplinary team. You understand what I'm trying to say? In the second month, we are going to be giving each other a preview of how we can apply this in a job setting, in a organization, in a company. That is what we're going to be doing at the second, third month. So we're going to be teaching ourselves how we can apply this in day-to-day activities across the world. Now, also, we're going to become a global leader. That is in the Vanguard Apex. The more you're skilled, the more you upskill, the more you become conversant with what you're doing, the more the opportunities for you. Now, we're powering your journey on AI is including tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, which is the affluency, the application in tier 1, the specialization, and the ability to lead in projects, which is in tier 2, and the strategy and policy leadership, which is in tier 3, and how to execute it in real-world simulations and become a proficient member of FTL Africa by becoming an AI officer or developer. Now, in our community, we have made efforts, to bring everyone from diverse areas and diverse fields of knowledge. Those that are into programming, those that are into web design, those that are into saying UI UX designs. We have shared our ideas across everybody, and we've collaborated with as much as we can, and we'll keep doing that to bring out the best, to build a community. Now, we are going to also learn from industry experts, which are part of what the opportunity. It is a learning process along the day. It's a continuous learning process, and also we are going to be accessible to what resources and what networking, which is the basics of everything. We have to network. There's no point of having a very good idea without networking. Networking involves what? Sharing those ideas, making them applicable to other people. Now, a lot of us have never heard the word and how to apply AI, but this process of networking, this meeting has brought the limelight into some of our minds. And that is what we keep on doing as leaders, as future tech leaders. We are going to keep on networking. Thank you so much. We have a few steps. As I said, we should check the mailbox, the message icon, in which are applicable to start our AI journey, which is appreciating everyone that is here right now this evening, because we have completed the first step, which is the call to action. Now we are joining the seminars, we are joining the webinars, we are joining the team already at the early stage. And to enroll or to furthermore, we have to visit the link. And I think it should be dropped in the message box also. And also we can partner along other platforms. We're available on Telegram, we're available on Twitter, we're available on Instagram. You can go across our social medias, do your best to rebroadcast, repost. And also for further inquiries, we can contact Future Tech Leader on the Gmail, or we can actually take our time to go through WhatsApp, contact the numbers we are seeing in this slide. But it will be easier on the mail, because we also send a reference link to join you on all those other platforms. These are the basics of what we are going to be learning in Tier 1, and I'm happy.
For that video presentation about the AI Vanguard quest that Mr. Emmanuel has spoken largely about. It has taken a lot of time in breaking down what we are going to learn in 6 weeks. It's going to be an intensive training, and we are ready. It's going to commence in July, but you should start registering now, like now. Tell your friends, your family, your colleagues, your church members, your any religional members that you have, that AI Vanguard Quest is happening. Okay, would appreciate if you can follow us on our social media handles that I have dropped before, and also share likes our comments and repost as often as you can. Let's loud it. FTL Africa is our business. It is what we stand for. It is our identity. We are the future tech leaders. And like I said, the future is now. Okay, so we are going to be having the second part of our AI training that we started earlier before we started the AI Vanguard Quest registration. I don't know if Mr. Arsen is still available for us. Can you hear me, Mr. Arsen? You have the floor for the second part of our training. Mr. Ike Ansin is a co-founder, COO of Trice Nexus Services, and he has done a lot in the part one, telling us how we can use AI tools to enhance our work progress. So we are going to be having the part two now, very quickly, please. Mr. Asin, you're welcome, sir.
All right, thank you. So let me share my screen once more. All right, welcome back, everyone. I want to sincerely appreciate your time so far, and I trust in this second part of the training section, we are going to understand better, especially from the leadership angle of this series. All right, the part two of this series talks about leadership in workflow design. Leadership is very important in any organization, in any workspace. Whichever organization is doing very well is dependent on the efforts of the leaders. And on that ground, we're going to be looking at what does it mean to lead with systems. And you agree with me that when we talk about systems, we're not just talking about one entity or one person. We're talking about a subgroups or subunits in a workspace coming together to form a system. And then right now, looking at how to lead those systems, probably to enhance operational efficiency in the workspace or to increase organizational reputation. All right, what does it mean to lead with systems? To lead with systems means to approach leadership not as a collection of isolated decisions or personal traits, but as a strategic engagement with interrelated structures, processes, and power dynamics. If you are working in an organization, which is a system in this context, you agree with me that every subunit, every organization, every unit of the organization are interlinked. It means that every unit, every person needs one another to be able to achieve an overall objective or an overall goal. So that is why leadership in this area, in this context, is very important, because your leadership role can make or mar the organization. The way you lead the organization has a significant impact on the overall performance of the organization. That is why you see someone leads an organization, and then the organization at that time does very well. And after a while, when another person assumes office, it's totally something different. Leadership is very crucial. We are all in Nigeria. Let me not be too political or digress into politics, but you understand the importance of leadership in Nigeria at the presidential level, looking at past leadership and the impact they have brought into the country. So you understand that leadership is a very crucial issue. All right. Before we look at the highlighted points I have here, I would like to go a little bit out of context on what leadership is all about. I'm going to be very brief because of our time, so that we can understand this topic very well, because actually after this section is practical section and then we wrap up. So it's good to understand this. We have different areas of leadership. We have laissez-faire leadership, which is a non-interventionist style of leadership where the leader provides minimal direction and allows group members to make decisions and set their goals. You as a leader comes up with a objective, mission, and vision of the company, and then you communicate that very well to the team members, and then you allow them to lead. You allow them to do their stuff. So that is giving them free hand to do what they want to do. The truth is this style of leadership can bring about creativity. It can allow members to think out loud. So there's no restriction on their thinking. Another form of leadership, I'm going to be fast. Another form of leadership is transactional leadership, a leadership model that is based on exchanges between leader and follower rewarding performance and punishing failure. You as a leader, you carry out a transactional leadership approach where if a staff does well, you reward them, and if there's any issue, you punish them immediately. Transactional. So the next one we have is transformational leadership. This is a style of leadership where leaders inspire and mobilize followers by appealing to their high values and vision. You mobilize them, you encourage them, you make them see the strength in them, make them see value in what they do, and then at the end of the day, they provide tangible results. We have servant leadership, which focuses on serving others first, which focuses on putting your employers or your team members first before any other thing. Then we have autocratic leadership, a centralized form of leadership where decisions are made by the leader without input from followers. In this case, your input does not matter. We don't need your input. So that is autocratic form of leadership. We have democratic leadership. Everybody is involved. We're in the era of democracy in Nigeria right now, and decisions are not just taken by president alone. There has to be a consent or confirmation from other tiers of leadership. We have the Senate, we have House of Rep. They have to also move in motion. Everybody collectively agree to it. All right, why did I mention these types of leadership? The reason for mentioning this type of leadership is important because before you can lead any system, you need to understand your team very well. You need to understand the approach to use for your team. If you have a very good understanding of your team and the approach to use, leadership will be very easy. In some organizations, laissez-faire leadership is the best. You allow your members to think out loud and bring solutions, thereby giving room for more creativity. In some organizations, transformational leadership is the best approach. In some organizations, democratic leadership. So before you can lead any system, you need to understand very well the team as well as the approach to use as a leader. As a leader, you must think far. You must be able to think ahead. You must be able to foresee challenges. You must be able to foresee opportunities that are coming into your environment, that are coming into your organization, so that you can make very good decisions. All right, let's delve back into what we have. What does it mean to lead with systems? System thinkers see tasks as connected workflows, not isolated actions. They see tasks as connected workflows. If a task is given and the organization failed in delivering a good job on that task, it is not a particular section of the organization that failed. It was a collective failure for everybody. So likewise, if there is a breakthrough, it is not one person's breakthrough. It is a shared responsibility that brought about that breakthrough. Now, they build repeatable, efficient, human-centered processes. That is the leaders. They build repeatable, efficient, human-centered processes. Now, as a leader, I mentioned something earlier. What are the repeated tasks you do? Some people mentioned some of the tasks they do daily that are repeated. As a leader, it is your duty to observe carefully these repeated tasks and see how you can automate the system. We have seen how AI has been used in several ways to automate systems. So with the advent of AI, leadership will be a bit easy because once you identify repeated tasks in the organization, you can help use AI to do what? To automate those repeated tasks. When those repeated tasks are being automated, you have you will cut down on idle time, first of all, and you have enough time to focus on a lot of things that are important in the organization. All right, leaders create space for creativity by automating the routine. This point echoes or reflects the concept of leadership in laissez-faire leadership. So leaders create space for creativity. Human beings are creative by nature. God gave everybody the art of being creative. So, and there are ways that creativity can find expression, especially if it is provided for you in your workspace. So leaders identify ways of making followers or team members creative by automating routines. All right, let's go to the next point here. We have leadership traits, and I'm going to mention some of them. One of the leadership traits mentioned here is innovation, seeing new paths. I earlier mentioned that competition, in the business world, the competition in the business world today is more ruthless, it's more fierce, it's more tough compared to competition, business in 1980s, in the 80s. So everybody is being innovative, especially with the advent of AI. AI can give you so many ideas that can blow up your business. So with that, a lot of business are being creative so that they want to be at the top. Everybody wants to be at the top. Nobody wants to be seen below. So given that spirit, everybody tries to compete to make to have an edge over their rival, over their competitor. So it is the duty of the leader to bring in this innovative spirit in the workspace and in the organization. All right, we have empathy as another trait of leadership. Designing systems that help teams. There are some complex tasks. There's no gainsaying. There are some complex tasks in the organization. And the truth is this: if as a leader you can profile solutions on how to automate those complex tasks, or can profile ideas on how those complex tasks can be done from an easier perspective, they are going to reduce burden, especially mental burden on team members. And by so doing, you are being empathetic. The next point is discipline. Discipline is key for any leadership. The strength of sometimes the performance of any organization is dependent on the strength of their disciplinary level. How disciplined you are determine how you can manage your team and go far in an organization. So discipline is very key. The next point is relevance, adapting to modern tools. I mentioned earlier that AI is moving with a fast pace, and then for you to catch up with AI, you must be relevant and you must be able to adapt to technology trends. And it's it's not a good one. I don't know why it's like that. Africa is just lagging behind. I see dragging on AI. I see dragging. I don't know if any of you follow the news lately this week. You will realize, was it last week? You will realize that government has brought up a system, and that is humanitarian affairs, right? Yes, humanitarian affairs. The suggested or they proposed an AI system that will help track poor people in Nigeria so that they can help them. So, so many innovations are coming up, so many things are coming up, which have never been done before. And when the news came up, a lot of people are reacting to it positively and negatively. The truth is this: no matter your reaction, AI has come to stay and innovations will keep coming. People will keep innovating and bringing out ideas in various and new ways. So it is your duty to position yourself to adapt to these innovations. All right. If you also see, I have here another trait which is very important, not listed directly on the point here, which is smart. So another trait which a leader should have is having this smart technique or framework. If you incorporate this smart technique in whatever you do, it's going to help you improve your work process efficiently. And the SMART is an acronym. The S stands for specific. Please, are we following? Let me ensure everybody's following. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, so the first one is specific. If you have a task as a leader, you must always have or follow this SMART approach. You have a project to do. You must follow the SMART approach. The project you're doing, what is the specific project? Very important. Then the next one is measurable. The project you're doing, to what extent will it solve a particular problem? Is it going to be a long term? Is it going to be a short term? We need to understand it. The next one is A, achievable or attainable. Whatever project you want to venture into, you must be able to see the end from the beginning. Is it achievable? Can we attain this result? If not, there's no point venturing into it. The next one is R, relevant. Is this project relevant? There's so many projects that can be done, but AI has come to make them irrelevant. So it can never be done again. So we have time bound, T. What you are doing, is it time bound? Is it a project you do for 50 years or 100 years, 1 year, 6 months? Is it time bound? So these things are very important. So on that ground, we are come to the end of this part 2, and we are going into the practical section. So we have a demo here. We're going to like carry out a task, and then we see how it's going to work. I don't know, are we all following? Can we do it? Hello?
Yes, we can. There are several
Okay,
times. So
so,
please,
all
can
right,
we
so,
confirm?
all right, so we have a task here, and I don't know if you can try it from your end too. I would like to put the scenario on the comment section so that we can try it too. Now, this is the scenario. We have a client who complains of his application crashing all the time. He keeps complaining that his app is crashing, and then he meets you, who is probably a UI or a DevOps, to work on this app and probably profile a new solution on how to improve the existing system. So this live session now is going to cover how we can use AI tools to do these things. And I'm going to be posting the scenario so that we can follow along. So the first one is this. The client makes a statement that, let me post it quickly on the comment section. So this is the first. Your app keeps crashing when I try to upload the photo. This is frustrating. I've already reinstalled it twice. Nothing works. So this is the client complaining now. Now, if you are a UI designer or a UX designer, understanding the pain point of your users is very important. If you understand their pain point, you will solve about 80% of the problem. So understanding the pain point of users is very important. Now he's telling you now that the app keep crashing, which indicates a technical issue here, and then you need to solve that problem. Now let's use AI. Let's use AI to get a feedback. We need to get a prompt. We need to get a prompt from an AI that generates a wireframe, a UI UX AI tool that generates a wireframe based on this complaint from the client. So what do we do now? So we take this complaint, your app keep crashing when I try to upload the photo. This is frustrating. I've already installed it twice, nothing works. So we take it to GPT, for instance. So we're going to be using some tools here. One of the tools we're going to be using is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to be one of our tools. And what are we going to use ChatGPT for? We're going to use ChatGPT to get prompts. We need a prompt. We need a prompt that we can take to another UI tool, another AI tool that will help generate a wireframe. Now, ChatGPT will understand the problem and generate a prompt for us. So we take that complaint to ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT brings up this prompt. So please, I would like us at this point to also check our, to try it from our end. Let me come up with a prompt, and then we try it with the website I will put on the comment section. All right, so this is the output now, GPT output. The user reports app crashes during photo upload, even after installing. The experience is causing user frustration and signals a potential bug in the media upload function. So we have gotten this output now. Based on this output now, we are going to enter a prompt. We have given GPT now this, what's it called? We have, oh, okay. I need to share my screen. All right, that's fine. Sorry, please, let me share my screen so that we can see. All right, can we all see it?
Yes,
Hello?
it's up now.
All right, it's fine. Thank you. So now we had a scenario. We created a scenario ourselves. So we had a scenario where a user complains of his app being crashing, and he tried installing twice, it's not coming up. So based on that scenario, as a person who wants to work smartly, you take up that scenario and put it in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT analyzes it, and then you give it a further request that based on this scenario, it should generate a prompt for you that you can use to do a new wireframe. So the whole idea here is for us to what? Be able to use AI tools to solve problems for ourselves. So based on what ChatGPT has created, this is the prompt. I just posted it on the comment section now. So ChatGPT has come up with this prompt that we should create a mobile screen for uploading photos with progress indicators and error messages. So I take that quickly to this website, and then I put my prompt there. So just in case you can't see the website, let me quickly put it on the platform. So take note, the first to analyze the problem of this user, we used an AI tool. We didn't just sit down to analyze ourselves. Perhaps we have other work pending, or perhaps we have a short time frame, and then we need to harness the power of AI to solve this problem. We quickly take the problem and submit it to ChatGPT, of which it analyzes the problem and gives us a prompt we can use on a UI website. So we take that prompt, we type it on the UI website, and then we click generate. Oh, sorry, this is prompting me to sign up. Let me just. All right, so I'm just trying to. I'm going to give the prompt again. So let me copy the prompt back and ask. So based on the request, we're able to use AI to solve the problem without doing it ourselves. The summary of this whole practical section is that with AI, you can be able to solve problem yourself. I don't know, it's telling me to make a payment or something. All right, sorry, please, I won't be able to continue from here now because it's prompting me to make payments. There are quite other tools I make use of, which allows me to create my wireframe seamlessly. But this is the whole point I'm making. The whole point I'm making is this: a user submits a problem, and I used an AI tool, which is ChatGPT, to analyze a problem and come up with a prompt I can use to generate a solution for it. So ChatGPT came up with that prompt, of which I take it to my wireframing AI tool. It wireframes what I want, the way I want it. If there's any need for adjustment, I make adjustment, and then I export my UI designs. And after that scenario, I write back to the client that I am able to provide solution to the problem. Obviously, the client is going to be excited because we have been able to identify his pain point, and we are able to provide solution in real time for that client. So at this point, I'm going to stop here for the anchor to continue. Thank you very much for your time. I sincerely appreciate. Perhaps you have any question, please, you can feel free to throw your question at this point.
Thank you so much, Mr. Asin. Can I see the thumbs up? I'll be clapping. Okay, yeah, that's good. A lot of claps here and there and the thumbs up. Thank you so much. I want to believe we have learned a lot from this training, how you can solve a particular problem. using the AI model. And trust me, this is just a paraphrase of what you're going to learn in the AI Vanguard quest we have to register for. Okay, just to clear the hair, the $10 or the 5,000 naira commitment fee is not for the training fee. Training is totally free. The commitment fee is for your certificates, badges, and the AI tool materials that we're going to be using. I repeat, and also I'll put that in the chat box so that we can clear the air. The 5,000 naira commitment fee or the $10 fee is not the training fee. The training is totally free, and that amount is just for your certificates and the badges, which is personal, and the AI materials that we are going to be using throughout the training. Please tell a friend to register for that. I've consistently put the training link that you can register with on the chat box. I'll still do that again. And also you'll be getting a feedback form in the chat box now, right about now. Kindly fill the form. Let's know what you feel about this session. Let's know what you feel. Let's get a feedback from you, what we should be doing that we have not been doing, what we have done that you like, or any addition from your end. Also, I would like to announce that this session 5 of this training, it's a 10-day apart training that we have started from. We have started the event using sessions. We have had 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th session today. The session 5 will be coming up on the 14th of June. 14th of this
I have a
month.
question,
That's
please.
in 10 days time. Yeah, I saw your hand, sir. Okay, let me
Okay.
just get a pause here and then let's take your question and I'll continue. Thank you. You have the floor, Mr. Musa Sudan.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. I was just going through the form where I was supposed to make the payment for the 5,000, but I couldn't find a place where I could make the payment for the 5,000. It's just $10, and then just for Nigeria and so. So I don't know how to go about that. What should I do?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So if I get you correctly, you want to know how you can make payments in Naira, right?
That's right.
Okay, kindly
Exactly.
send a mail to us. I've posted the link for the mail earlier before. Sorry, 1 minute. Say all of us that have not tried to even register at all, please do that. Like right about now. Don't procrastinate. Your salvation is now. FTL Africa is now. Please and please register now. You can follow us on our social media handles. If you have any questions, reach out to us on our Gmails. And also, if you have any addition, let us know. Thank you so much. Like I was saying, session 5 will be holding on 14th of June. Session 6 will be 26th of June. And then we kickstart our AI Vanguard quest by July. Thank you so much for joining in. So the next session is in 10 days, June 14, session 5 will kick off on that day. You'll be getting a mail towards that, please. Okay, in the absence of no other questions, please kindly fill the feedback form which I've posted the link on our chat box. Remember also to follow us on all our social media handles. And also if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us on our mail and you're going to get a swift response. Thank you so much for joining in. We believe we have you in the next session and also you are going to invite many more people. Thank you so much. Gracias. Love you and we appreciate your commitment. Thank you so much. Have a great evening from Nigeria and people in the diaspora, either afternoon, morning, or whatever you are. Please enjoy the